Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Diane the Invisible, and here is her story. Hi, Ollie. I continue to be invisible. Hiding, isolating have their benefits. There is relief from shame when alone, and there are a few surprises that make me jump. I give a whole new meaning to the term low profile. Much shame relief came with the discovery of this channel. This is invaluable, Ollie. One cannot buy this kind of relief, and I feel stronger knowing your channel will be there when I weaken. I jump all day and have asked my hubby to start talking in the hall before he arrives, otherwise a shot of adrenaline electrifies me. I feel a shock when surprised. This is painful and can take hours for the adrenaline to run its course. Fear also expresses itself when I see a spider, total panic. Adrenaline exhaustion and cortisone overload are ongoing symptoms. Medically, a cocktail of antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs has helped, like when my second dog died 2 years ago. The depression elevator simply would not go lower than the 5th floor. It was a marked difference from the death of my first dog, which left me isolated and depressed for 9 months until I adopted another needy dog. I have apologized to my hubby for my jumpiness. It's not easy for him. He does not want to make me jump. Otherwise, I'm well into recovery from lifelong childhood abuse. There has been zero progress with the startle reaction. I saw my first counselor at high school, age 14. I told her I was going to murder the man who pretended to be my stepfather. The counselor phoned my mother, and I was put into inpatient treatment for 3 months. Nothing wrong at home, hey? I was the crazy one. No one asked why I felt this way. I am now 61. High anxiety has made it impossible to succeed in my chosen profession. It was a people-oriented job with the frequent need to make long presentations. You'll get used to it, everyone said. It will get better. It got worse. Finally, I acknowledged my handicap and decided to stop enduring this ongoing trauma. Public speaking was harder for me. I was not like the others. I held that job for 5 years while hopelessly depressed and permanently anxious. In conversation with hubby about my jumpiness, I was reminded of a scene described as hysterically funny by my mother. She retold me this forgotten chapter of my infancy, and only last week it went click. My mother laughingly told me of an experiment her loony father had done on me in 1957. She brought me home from the hospital well before memory kicks in, and her father sneaked up on baby me and made a very loud clap to make sure I was not deaf. Reaction, I burst into tears. So funny, ha ha ha. Now I speculate that the startle response was installed here. It is hardwired into my lizard brain. Who knows what happened to me before memory kicked in. Another chapter my mother found hysterical happened when we lived in Miami Beach, age 3. Because Florida is flat, bad weather can be upon you without warning. Yup. I can still see myself at a picnic table when a bolt of lightning exploded. You burst into tears and everyone laughed, my mother said. There was also a horrible experience with her and a very large spider that installed a lifelong morbid phobia that runs every summer. It is my earliest memory. I ask myself if other subscribers have wondered if this happened to them as babies before memory kicked in. Have others suspected this? Diane the Invisible. Big hugs. I hope you understand, Diane, that it wasn't the noise that traumatized you. It was your mother's lack of empathy, compassion, and the laughing that traumatized you. Look, that's how they used to check if children were deaf back then. A loud clap or something like that. And if you startle the child, you're supposed to pick up the baby. You're supposed to comfort the child. That's not what your mother does. Your mother took pleasure in your discomfort, took pleasure in your terror. To the point where you are correlating loud noises and being startled with being abandoned and being alone. Because that's how you've been your whole life. You've been a throwaway. Instead of finding out why you had these homicidal urges, they just decided to deem you, label you crazy, and throw you away. You've been a throwaway your entire life, hence invisible, your entire life. You have to understand why you're invisible, because your mother made you invisible. It wasn't the clap, it was the reaction to it. It's the narcissist's reaction to normal traumas as a child that make you into what you are. There was no comfort. There was you're all alone. You could be scared and startled and no one is coming to help you. That's the lesson your mother taught you at a very young age. Not only taught you you're alone, that you're going to be laughed at by others. So, I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and story, Diane. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.